All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to cut right through all the noise surrounding crypto security. This isn't about spreading fear, and it's not about hype. It's about giving you the playbook to put you in the driver's seat, to become the true master of your own digital assets.
We're going to build your knowledge from the ground up. We'll kick things off with the one concept you absolutely have to get right. From there, we'll dive into the tools of the trade, map out a professional-grade security plan, and finally, we'll get a little peek into where this whole tech is headed.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. We're starting with something that, honestly, is a bit of a mind bender for a lot of people when they first hear it. But getting this one thing right is going to change everything about how you approach security.
So, just take a second and really think about this. What are you actually trying to protect here? It seems like such a simple question, right? But believe me, the answer completely flips the script on how you should be thinking.
Okay, here it is. This is the big reveal. Your coins, they don't actually live in your wallet. Nope, they're just entries on a giant public ledger, the blockchain. The only thing you actually own, the only thing that gives you control over those entries, are your keys. So think about it. You're not protecting money. You're protecting a secret.
So what's a private key? Well, think of it like this. It's this super long, secret string of characters that acts as your unforgeable digital signature. It's the one and only thing in the universe that can prove you own your crypto and gives you the power to send it somewhere else. It is absolutely critical that this stays a secret.
But wait, there's something even more powerful than that, and that is the seed phrase. This is like the master key to the whole kingdom. It's just a simple list of 12 or 24 English words, but from these words, all of your individual private keys are born. So, if your computer gets fried or you lose your phone, this phrase is literally the magic spell that brings your entire wallet and all your funds back from the dead.
And you've got to understand, this whole system flows in just one direction. It's an irreversible link. That seed phrase generates everything else down the line. The master key, all the individual keys, and even your public wallet addresses. But you can never, ever go backwards. And that right there is why protecting that simple list of words is, without a doubt, your number one job.
Okay, so we've established we're protecting keys. Got it. So what are the actual tools we use to manage them? Well, we call them wallets, and they basically come in two main flavors, hot and cold.
And this really is the central trade-off in crypto security. You've got hot wallets, which are always connected to the internet. Think of them like the cash in your pocket. Super convenient for everyday stuff, but you wouldn't keep your life savings there, right? And on the other hand, you have cold wallets. These are physical devices kept completely offline. They're like your own personal Fort Knox. Maximum security, but a bit more of a hassle to access.
So, knowing that, it probably won't surprise you to hear what the pros recommend. For pretty much anyone investing for the long term, the advice is crystal clear. The vast majority of your holdings, we're talking 95%, maybe even more, should be locked down tight in cold storage. You only keep a tiny fraction, just your walking around money, in a hot wallet.
Okay, so we've got hot versus cold, but there's another really important question we need to ask. Who is actually holding on to those precious keys? Is it you, or is it someone else?
See, when you keep your crypto on a big exchange, you're using what's called a custodial service. It works just like a bank. They hold the keys for you. It's easy. You can reset your password, but you're trusting them not to get hacked or go out of business. The other option is a non-custodial wallet. This is where you are your own bank. You hold the keys. You have total control, but the buck stops with you. If you lose your keys, there's no 1-800 number to call. It's just gone.
And this all boils down to that famous saying in crypto, not your keys, not your coins. It really says it all, doesn't it? It's a blunt reminder that if someone else is holding your private keys, you're trusting them completely with your assets. You don't truly own them in the way this tech was designed for.
So, if you're going to be your own bank, you need to act like one. You need a rule book. In the security world, this is called operational security, or OPSEC. And really, it just comes down to your personal habits and your discipline.
All right, this is the big one. This is the most important question for anyone taking self-custody. Where do you store that seed phrase? Getting this wrong is hands down the number one way people lose everything.
Okay, I need to be absolutely crystal clear here. Your seed phrase must never, and I mean never, exist in a digital form on any device that has ever touched the internet. A screenshot, a text file, a note in your password manager, or a cloud drive? No.
These are all gigantic, flashing neon signs for hackers. A single piece of malware could sniff that out and drain your wallet in an instant. The only truly safe way is to go physical. The gold standard is stamping or etching your words into metal, like steel or titanium. Why? Because it survives things paper won't, like a fire or a flood. And you don't just make one copy, you make several, and you store them in different, secure geographic locations. This is how you protect yourself from both hackers online and disasters in the real world. All right, so we've covered a lot. Keys, wallets, custody, OBSEC. Now let's pull it all together. Because the strategy that experts recommend for just about everyone isn't about picking one thing over another. It's about building a smart hybrid system.
Right. The smartest play here isn't to go all in on one type of wallet. The idea is to use them together, strategically. And the best analogy is one you already use every day. Treat your crypto like a checking account and a savings account.
And here's what that looks like in practice. Tier 1 is your checking account. That's a tiny amount, maybe 1 to 5% of your portfolio, sitting in a hot wallet for active use. Tier 2, though, that's your savings vault. That's the other 95% or more of your wealth, locked down completely offline in cold storage. This setup gives you the best of both worlds, the convenience you need for daily activity with the rock-solid peace of mind for your long-term holdings.
So what's next? Where is this all going? Well, the next generation of wallet technology is really focused on one thing, making this level of security much, much easier for everybody by getting rid of that single, terrifying point of failure. The one seed phrase you can't afford to lose. Yeah, if you look at all these new technologies, there's a clear trend. We're moving away from having one single secret to protect. You've got things like multisig, which is like a bank vault needing 2 keys to open. You've got MPC, which cleverly splits a key into pieces so the full secret never even exists in one place. And then you have smart contract wallets that let you set up recovery through trusted friends or family. The goal for all of them is the same, to make it so one little mistake doesn't lead to a total catastrophe. Okay. Let's wrap this up with the playbook. Your key takeaways. Number 1, you don't hold coins, you hold keys. Get that right and you're halfway there. Number 2, use a hybrid strategy. Hot for spending, cold for saving. Simple. Number 3, your personal discipline is your single strongest line of defense. And finally, number 4, the future's all about getting rid of single points of failure. If you can truly internalize these 4 points, you go from just being a user to being a confident, self-sovereign owner, period.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. That's the real promise of this technology. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about having absolute, undeniable ownership of your assets. And with the right knowledge and the right discipline, that power is totally 100% within your grasp.